Hi everyone, my name is Lauren and I'm the creator behind Edible, a blog dedicated to sharing my cooking journey. I share stories, recipes, tips and tricks, and tutorials of all things edible. Speaking of tutorials, this video is going to be a walkthrough of how I start brainstorming for a future recipe. You will learn how I combine recipes and put together a grocery list to keep everything organized and tailored to my tastes. I hope you can take this information and adapt it to what works best for you. Let's get started. First, I think about what I want to eat, which sounds pretty explanatory, but I have to think in large chunks of time due to my schedule. I like to make sure that I have a variety of produce that either keeps well or can be frozen if need be. I may think about how it's going to be cold this week and how I've been craving something hearty, so beef stew sounds good. I also know that tacos are pretty quick and easy, and I have another week of exams coming up, so that's a great option. Oh, and I've been craving a burger, so that definitely has to be added to the list. And like that, I have 3 meals lined up. My point is, you want to take your future circumstances into account. Having variety allows you to pick and choose what you want to make when, so that you don't end up throwing cooking out the window because getting fast food sounds better, even though sometimes it does. The next thing I'll do is look up recipes if it's a meal I haven't made before. For the purpose of this video, we'll explore beef stew. This week, I don't want to buy too many ingredients, so I'm just going to keep it easy and buy a seasoning mix. You can see here that I need 2 pounds of beef, flour, vegetable oil, water, and some frozen vegetables. We'll see the instructions. Alright, it looks like it has us browning the beef, and it looks like we're cooking it in a skillet for this recipe. I don't really have a skillet that's big enough, so I'm going to opt for a crock pot recipe, I feel like. But I'll keep this stuff in mind. And I know I want fresh vegetables, not frozen. So let's look up a crock pot recipe. Alright, so we found this one from Natasha's kitchen. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so it has us browning the beef in this recipe as well, and sauteing some onions, which I definitely want to include. I think I also want to, looks like they have carrots here. I definitely want those, and I think I'm gonna include bell peppers. Oh, it looks like they have potatoes in here, but I think I want to make mashed potatoes for a bed, as we can put the stew on top of that. Alright, so with that in mind, I create a list for my meal prep. So here we have our 3 meals planned out and all the things that we'll need for each one. I've excluded some things that I know that I already have at home, so I don't have to add them to my grocery list later on. So here we move over to the grocery list that I've put together, and we can see some things that I buy every time I go grocery shopping, like bread, eggs, fruit. But I also have included all of the ingredients that I need to make those 3 meals. I have combined the tomatoes and the onions from 2 recipes, and that was more of just a guess of how much I think I will need. And yeah, so then I'll go through the grocery store, and as I make my way through, I'll check off every single thing here. And that's my surefire way to collect all the necessary ingredients. I like cooking this way most of the time because I don't want to give up on a recipe just because it has something I don't like in it. I think that by altering recipes, you create something interesting and well suited to you. I do want to note that if you are altering anything like a dairy, seasoning, or a main ingredient, you should do some research into the effects it may have. Sometimes certain ingredients are not interchangeable or are essential to the composition of the meal. I hope this helps get your creative juices flowing. And you can see that recipes are a suggestion, not the rule. If you are interested in videos like this, or seeing how I actually put together that stew, feel free to follow me over to startzerocooking.wordpress.com. Please like and comment under this video if this was helpful to you, or if you have your own techniques that you use. I would love to hear from you. I look forward to chatting.